First with breaking news. First with new information. Plus, your first alert forecast. 19 News starts now.
School just a few weeks away, and now the state's top doc is trying to make sure parents are getting their kids up to date on their vaccines. 19 data journalist Dan DeRose now with the message from the state. And Dan, the numbers behind this.
Yeah, Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff is very concerned about a decline in the amount of parents who are getting kids vaccinated, and they have the numbers to prove it. Remember, except for very extenuating circumstances, and religion is one of those, you are required to have your kids fully vaccinated before they can start kindergarten. So let's take a look at the numbers and the story that they tell. In 2019, 89.9% of all kindergartners that showed up were fully vaccinated. Take a look at the decline in just a 6-year period. Now, just 85%. And now let's talk about measles, the MMR, measles, mumps, and rubella shot. What percent are showing up with that? 92.5% back in 2019. It has since dropped to 88.2%. What happened right in the middle of this? COVID. And people getting information on social media about vaccines and becoming vaccine fatigued. According to Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff, you need to be talking to your child's doctor, not listening to the internet.
Bottom line is this. The invention of vaccines is considered one of public health's most significant achievements, perhaps rivaling only the development of public sanitation systems, which have reduced or eliminated a range of very harmful diseases. We have at our disposal safe, effective tools to help protect ourselves and our children against disease.
And keep in mind, there is a current outbreak of measles in Northeast Ohio. So let's look at that number. Measles cases in Ohio in 2000, in the entire country, measles was considered eliminated. There were no cases. Take a look. 2025, we had 45, none of them fatal. That's the good news. And we are on track to hit this number, if not more, this year.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
Well, a whole lot of sunshine today. Very comfortable temperatures. One of the last nice days we're going to have here in a while before we start to see storm chances as well as increased humidity work back into the area. 80 right now, Cleveland, 80 in Elyria, 80 in Sandusky, 80 right now, Mansfield, 84 Dover, New Philly. Humidity remains fairly low, although it's a bit muggier compared to where it was yesterday. But still, we're seeing plenty of sunshine. Should be a great afternoon or evening to be out and about. If you do have any outdoor plans, again, get them in today because things are going to change as we head into the day tomorrow. Live look outside. This is at Rocket Arena. Beautiful view. Should continue to be that way through the rest of the evening. 7 p.m. we're at 79 degrees, seeing plenty of that sunshine, feeling nice. We're getting a little muggy by 9 p.m. We're starting to see clouds on the increase just a little bit as well. And by the time you're headed to bed, partly cloudy skies as that humidity really increases, only dropping into the upper 60s. With that increase in humidity, we also are tracking showers and storms back into the area along with a warm up. We'll give you the timing on that, plus when you can expect it and where. That's coming up in just a bit.
Well, we now know the names of the two men severely burned in that house explosion in Canton last week. Police identified them as 41-year-old Justin Bruce and 42-year-old Michael Mullins. Now, you'll remember this shocking video. A home on Bonnet Place explodes like a bomb going off. The house was, however, supposed to be empty. It was up for sale at the time. So authorities are still looking into what those men were actually doing inside. Both are still in the hospital. They have serious burns. Investigators are working to find out what caused that explosion. Morning drive pretty backed up on 90 because of this overturned truck near Dead Man's Curve. Truck flipped near Lakeside, blocking the two left lanes. This took about an hour to get it cleaned up. No word on if the driver was hurt.
I think she is the force Cleveland has been waiting for. What? We are the Cleveland Sirens.
There you go. Now you know. Cleveland's WNBA team, the Cleveland Sirens, released today. The Sirens will wear blue and white. The name is said to be inspired by Lake Erie's Power and Pull. The games are scheduled to start at Rocket Arena in 2028. Well, it's time to get all the kids in Northeast Ohio ready to go back to school. We want to make sure they all have the supplies they need. So, Nicole Versansky, Erica Page are live for another year of Operation Backpack.
Yeah, and I would say today has been off to a good start. We're 1 hour in, and we've had a lot of donations coming through. It's been amazing to see. And what's even better is if you do want to come out here to Highland Heights, again, we're off just Alpha Road and Wilson Mills Road, so lots of foot traffic over here. We've got a Drug Mart behind us. We've also got a Dollar Tree, so there's plenty of things that you can go and pick up when it comes to some of these school supplies. I mean, honestly, it's something even just as simple. Number 2 pencils, rulers, toothpaste, things like that, toothbrushes, markers, folders, anything that you think back to when you were a kid that you loved or got excited about when it came to school shopping. That's what these kids in our community are looking forward to as well.
And it's been so great to receive the book bags, but it's always great when the book bags are full and they're heavy when you pick them up from the person who's donating. This is our 15th year. We can't do it without our partners, Volunteers of America. New this year, Park Place Technologies. And I have to tell you something. So their employees already got together those 3 big boxes back here. They're already full of book bags and school supplies and crayons. It wasn't enough for them because their employees, I'm watching them now roll back with more supplies, 2 carts full of book bags and supplies for kids in Northeast Ohio. Samantha, what is it about this mission that you guys just are so excited to be part of?
Park Place is so grateful to be able to contribute to the local community, especially for the kids that really need it most.
Oh, well, we are so glad that you're partnering with us this year. We can't do it without you guys. And look at all these donations. This is incredible. Incredible. Book bags, paper, notebooks, folders, all the new crayons, right?
Yeah.
Nothing like a box of new crayons. I'm telling you, the smell of it,
it's so fun.
Nostalgic.
And, the thing too, we understand folks are busy. You may not always have time to come out here, maybe deviate from some of your busy summer plans. We make it very easy. You can go online and you can make donations as well. So no excuses to not help support kids in our community this upcoming school year.
Yeah, we'll see you back here in just a bit. We're out here till 6:30. Live in Highland Heights, Erica Page, Nicole Versansky. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Firefighters likely saved a man's life Monday night after his car flew off 77, landed upside down in a creek. Terrifying video shows the seconds it took to leave the highway and disappear with a splash. First at 4, Catherine Huntley now with the incredible video.
Take a look at this terrifying video. A pickup truck crosses the median on 77 into head-on traffic. It loses a tire, then drives off the highway into the Nimishillen Creek. Witnesses flagged down a passing Bolivar EMS crew, telling them what happened. 2 firefighters from Bolivar and another from Canton then worked to rescue the driver.
They climbed about a 6-foot fence and went down a ravine and got into the water and were able to open the door and extricate the male out.
The rescue wasn't easy. The driver was unconscious. The truck upside down in 6 to 8 feet of water. You can see the submerged truck in this Canton police drone video. Despite difficult conditions, it only took 6 minutes from when the call came in until they carried him out. Canton firefighter Kyle Gallagher here carrying the 28-year-old man out of the creek. The firefighters quickly working together to save the man's life.
They're a credit to the fire service. They did an amazing job. Awesome teamwork. We don't interact with Bolivar that often, but we came together as a team and got the job done, so it was a good day.
Canton Fire says the last they heard, the driver is in critical condition. They do not know if he regained consciousness.
That long in the water, when they got him in the ambulance, he was pulseless. They did CPR on him, and when they got him to the hospital, they were able to get a pulse back.
Bolivar firefighters Sarah Valentine and Ashley Kurtner and the Canton firefighter wrenched open the truck door in a heroic scene. Canton firefighter Kyle Gallagher has been with the department for a year and a half.
Incredibly proud. I mean, he's a young guy. We're a very young department, but they make us proud every day.
We reached out to the Bolivar Fire Department to speak with those firefighters there involved in the rescue, but they're enjoying a much-deserved day off. The Canton Police Department is investigating this accident. In Canton, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.
All right, taking a live look outside now from the Titan construction camera. That is a look at the scene in Brook Park where they are underway, as you can tell by the cranes and the construction vehicles moving around, that construction on the Brown Stadium is underway. Wonder when you see a plane landing too there at Hopkins International Airport. We're going to look at this camera as that stadium begins to grow from the ground. The Browns get ready to play their first season there in 2029. How about this? Low humidity today, but that will change in the coming days, and we'll have the forecast coming up. Well, it's the Cleveland Sirens. It's got a ring to it, right? The big announcement today from the WNBA is Clevelanders fired up for the new team. Harry Boomer live at Edgewater, and Harry had to talk to people out there today. Harry, what do they think of this name?
Well, I got to tell you, they like it from what I've been able to tell so far. Now, the excitement has been growing for the last 13 months. Today, the decision, the name of our new WNBA team has spread across the land from Rocket Arena downtown to the sandy beaches of Lake Erie.
Hear the call.
Did you hear the name of Cleveland's latest women's professional basketball team?
We don't want to be the Lady Cavaliers, and we don't want to be wine and gold. We really need to be very separate, very distinctive.
Now you know the answer to what Greater Cleveland has been wanting to know. The new name for Cleveland's WNBA team coming to town in 2028. Have you heard, by the way?
No, I have not.
So I'm going to break some news with you.
Great.
It's called the Sirens.
The Sirens. I love it. They're fierce. They're ready to destroy. I love that. Oops. That's awesome.
The Sirens? I like it. Yeah, bring the people in. I feel like Sirens, I like it for like women too. It's a very like powerful.
Yeah,
the powerful calling. And we have the lake nearby. I like it.
It has been a big mystery and much anticipated announcement. The name is the Sirens.
The Sirens? I like it.
I'm undecided.
Well, it's been decided.
I know, but I'm undecided as to whether I like sirens or not. I appreciate that because they're loud, they're coming out, they're fierce, they're giving it. I just don't know if I like that for our women's basketball.
What's giving you pause?
I want something more fierce.
Sirens are pretty fierce.
They are pretty
They lure
fierce.
sailors out and onto the beach, and then they kill them.
This is true. Go!
Wow.
Go, girls!
Basketball fans react to hearing the name of Cleveland's new WNBA basketball team.
I'm really excited that Cleveland's getting a women's team, the Sirens. Go Sirens.
The Sirens. What do you think?
I like it. It's beachy. I like it. Yeah, it's good.
The Sirens will suit up for the season in 2028 at Rocket Arena. The WNBA is a hot ticket these days, and Cleveland is getting back into the game. Way to go, Sirens. Woo! I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Harry Boomer, 19 News.
That's all right, Harry. You can pull it off. All right, so what do you think about the name Cleveland Sirens? We've posted a poll on cleveland.com. There's the results right now. 51% say, hey, I like it. 38%, 36% say not for me, and 13% say they are not sure. So a good majority like it. Let us know what you think. Again, you'll find it on the homepage of cleveland19.com.
15 years now of Operation Backpack, and we are kicking things off in Highland Heights. This is Alpha Drive. That's Wilson Mills Road. So this is a great, easy location to get to in Highland Heights. We're going to make it easy for you. Just turn right into the parking lot here. I'm going to get this sign because our photographer, Matthew, walking right into it there, Matthew. Donate here is what the sign says, and you can pull right in. We take the things right out of your car. You don't even have to get out if you do not want to. I read a report. It said the cost of school supplies this year expected to cost parents $146 per child. That's a lot. You talk about clothes then. You talk about school lunches. It is a lot, and people know that. And that's why they have been so generous out here donating. I'm going to bring in Volunteers of America, Nicole Toombs. I've been a great partner over these 15 years. And you say this year, you can really tell that people know the need is great.
Yeah, I've seen more donations this year, I think, than in the past. I think everyone knows the economy is just out of control right now as far as costs of everything. Parents are choosing whether to buy groceries or buy school supplies. And I think it not only relieves the kids when the community shows up this way, but it relieves the parents too.
And you said something, you've been at some of these distributions when the kids are able to see their supplies and collect their new supplies for the school year. Explain, let everyone know what you told me about what it's like.
You know, they're so excited. Their initial reaction is just pure excitement and joy. And they just want to feel like every other kid. They don't want to go back to school not having what everyone else does. But I think some of the older kids really know that mom and dad are stressed out about it. And they are like, wow, this not only helps me, but this helps my mom and dad too.
And it's so great. And it's so amazing that our community, once again, every year you do it, but once again, you're really stepping up. Erica Page standing by. I know, Erica, we're getting boxes full of supplies.
It's awesome to see that. And our, partner with Park Place Technologies, they brought through, 2 or 3 big shopping carts full of backpacks, full of binders, lunch boxes, I think were in there. And if you're not really sure maybe of what to bring, if you go onto our website, you actually have a whole school supply list that you can see, and you can check off things. Maybe that extra tube of toothpaste while you're already at the grocery store. Every little thing makes a huge difference in the lives of the students that we know this is going to change in our community as we get 2026-2027 school year kicked off. We'll have a lot more from our location here in Highland Heights coming up in just a little bit.
Time for our top 4 stories at 4. Now, in an effort to clear his name, U.S. Rep. Max Miller is asking the House Ethics Committee to actually investigate him. Miller is facing allegations of domestic abuse from his ex-wife, and there are now calls for him to resign after his ex-father-in-law, U.S. Senator Bernie Moreno, said Miller is not fit to serve in the House. He has until 4 p.m. Wednesday to withdraw from the ballot and allow for a fast primary to replace him.
The defendant, Mr. Whatley, created a criminal enterprise by selling illegal drugs, coercing women into sell their bodies, and creating a brothel out of a home in the city of Cleveland.
So that's prosecutors laying out the allegations against a Cleveland man who pleaded guilty to human trafficking. The judge sentencing Robert Rocco Whatley to 17 to 24 years in prison. Prosecutors say if his victims didn't meet a daily quota for prostitution, he would beat them and make them watch each other be punished. Suge Knight is among the people on a witness list for an upcoming trial in the killing of rapper Tupac Shakur. Dwayne Davis, who goes by Keefe D, is accused of setting up the murder. Tupac was shot at a light in Vegas. That was in '96. Davis was arrested in 2023. Trial is set to begin on Monday. Ohio dealing with yet another measles outbreak. 5 new cases now reported in Geauga County. State health officials say anyone who went to the Bloomfield livestock auction on July 18th may have been exposed. Doctors recommend getting the vaccine if you haven't already done so. So they've waited more than a year for justice. Today, they say they were robbed of it. 2 men found not guilty of murdering a Warren father of 5, but they were convicted of 2 much lesser crimes. Vic Gideon was there as a judge handed down her sentence.
Why do monsters do what they do? Envy, evil, dark.
Duvar King, father of 5 from Warren, went missing in February of 2025, a day after his burned car was found on Sherwood Road in East Cleveland, more than 50 miles from home. He was missing for more than a month before his body was found in an abandoned East Cleveland building. The autopsy ruled he died from a single gunshot wound to the head.
It was a calculated crime.
I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm broken, so, we gotta heal.
The defendants, 28-year-old Nathaniel Crockett and 51-year-old John Armstrong, but a jury acquitted the men of murder charges on July 31st.
Having considered that, I'm going to sentence both defendants, Mr. Crockett, 18 months on the arson and 36 months on the tampering with evidence, and same for Mr. Armstrong.
The victim's family watched the sentencing in shirts honoring Javar King. They say the two defendants got away with murder.
The murderers were in the courtroom. It's just that the courtroom wasn't able to give that type of justice that needed to be served. So how could you be satisfied? You know, justice wasn't served.
In addition to the 4.5 years the defendants Crockett and Armstrong received, they'll also have to reimburse the family for the car destroyed. From the Justice Center, Vic Gideon, 19 News.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
We've been talking about it pretty much all day. The next big thing headed our way is that shower and storm chance working in for tomorrow and pretty much for the rest of the week. The setup is an area of low pressure well off to the west. You'll see here First Alert Doppler, parts of Iowa, parts of Nebraska, stormier conditions along a cold front, and all that activity working its way toward us. It's going to take a while for us to see the widespread activity, but over the next few days, generally under an inch of rain. There could be some spotty areas of high water, but the good news is, again, 0.82 of an inch of rain through Friday. That's basically under an inch of rain in 72 hours. So we're not expecting any high water concerns or anything like that, and no severe weather to be expected out of this activity as well. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll take you through zone by zone. We're also looking at that 7-day. You want to stay tuned for that coming up in about 5 minutes.
Breaking at this hour, 3 now. Uncontrolled fires raging in Spokane County, Washington, have displaced more than 60,000 people and have torched more than 10,000 acres of land. And we're now learning one of the fires may have been started on purpose. Maribel Gonzalez has the breaking details.
Apocalyptic scenes in Spokane.
It was just a wall of fire. Somewhere in this area is kind of where it first jumped.
The aftermath like something out of a movie.
You know, it looked like a volcano exploded, you know, just that boiling, rolling smoke.
On a tour of the damage with the Spokane Fire Department, entire neighborhoods wiped out by the fire.
There was no chance to make a stop before it got into the structures, into like neighborhoods. There was just no stopping this.
More than 700 structures already destroyed, 10,000 more still at risk, authorities said on Monday.
Behind every one of those burned homes is a family trying to rebuild their lives. Behind every one of those dramatic images we see is a young, exhausted firefighter who's risking everything to keep people safe.
37-year-old Aaron Farinacci arrested Monday night and booked on a preliminary charge of first-degree arson in connection with the Old Trails fire, authorities say.
Individuals saw him acting suspicious, and then there was smoke a few minutes after that. I just have to believe it adds to the absolute anguish that so many Washingtonians are experiencing.
As exhausted fire crews push to gain ground against the blaze before temperatures climb back into the 90s later this week, some believe a blaze like this was inevitable.
We've had a lot of fire on the ground the last 3 years, and that's, you know, it was a matter of time that something like this was going to happen. You can only roll that dice so many times.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
2 semis crash, then catch fire on the interstate. This is just outside of Nashville. One of the trucks was carrying pallets of paper, which definitely jacked up this fire. Tennessee transportation officials had to close I-65 in both directions to get the fire out. We do know one of those drivers had at least minor injuries. Training camp rolling on in Berea, and the quarterback competition, that's rolling on too. Is it beginning to take shape? That's the question. We know the battle is between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. But after 6 practices, is anybody gaining the edge? So we'll check in with Ashley Holder, who has the latest from Browns camp.
Yesterday, the Browns held their first padded practice and the start of offensive installs. Deshaun Watson took reps with the ones. Now, Deshaun has already thrown 6 picks throughout the first couple of practices. He avoided one yesterday, but it seemed like the offense just struggled to put together a good, consistent drive. Head coach Todd Monken says he's not worried just yet because we're still in the beginning of the installation process.
The last 2 days with him in there, we haven't functioned very well with it. Now, a lot of that has to do with the defense in terms of how well they're able to rush the passer. But I'm not concerned about any of that yet with any of the quarterbacks till we actually start working on drives. And then once we get into practices against the Bills and then the preseason games.
On the other side, Shedeur Sanders continues to flash. Monken praised the growth going into his second year and is impressed with his development so far.
I've been highly impressed over the last, 4 months that I've been around him, how far he's come as a player, and he's only going to continue to get better. It's just, again, there's a lot to take in when you're installing. You know, we've gotten through the spring, and then we're gone for 6 weeks, and then you start back up again in a new system. And so I think you'll continue to see his operation mechanics improve. And I think that's the biggest part right now is in and out of the huddle, getting the line of scrimmage, eliminating that anxiety, his anxiety and my anxiety.
On the injury front, receiver Casey Concepcion still a little bit shaken up after injuring his right shoulder at the end of practice yesterday. Head coach Todd Monken said he is a little bit sore but doing well. He did practice today. For now in Berea, Ashley Holder, 19 News.